Hello there, welcome to Thamani, the show that focuses on micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. I'm your host, Anina Shaban. We are in Masai Mara. We were here last week, or rather the last episode that you saw. And we're having a discussion with David Masharia, the CEO and founder of Versatile Photographers and Photography. He is also the CEO and founder of Alakira Homes in the Mara. This is an Airbnb business. Thank you so much for having us once again. From the previous episode, we left off at David telling us about creatives actually making money, and that's how he got his capital for this particular business. And David, maybe we can pick it up from highlight for us some of the challenges as a business owner.
First of all, every time you start something, you have to create a budget for it. And you start looking for it. And sometimes as a creative, when you look for money, we know about will talk to you. I raised the capital from the photography business because most of you know about the photographers where I used to do a lot of family shoots. And also I used to do a humanitarian project, documentary, and a lot of commercial shoot. So I raised the money, then I directed the income to a new investment. Remember, we came up from a very bad phase from COVID. So I even became more disciplined. When you have some money, it's good to have another business that goes, trust me, photography is not a basic need. Yeah? Nobody needs photography. Till you bring that attention to someone, then they're like, oh, I need to go for a family shoot. That's the only time you can actually make money. So in a creative business, that's how it works. You have to bring someone, it's only in the attention, someone to invest in it. And when I realized I didn't have another stream of income, I decided, let me just go join in real estate and hospitality. And for me to be able to raise that money is not being easy. Because imagine, I'm in Masai Mara. This is where the who and who comes. It is a global destination.
Yeah.
So the standards that I had to put here, and at first, I'm a disrupt, I'm a creative. I have to disrupt the business. So I had to come up with something different, something out of what people do in the norm. Then I came up with the concept of having furnished homes. Why? People nowadays, they want their freedom. I'm sure you have gone to a hotel and you're told, hey, if you are not here by 9, no breakfast for you. So, and in case you have your own place, like just like home where you can actually prepare your own meal. And in case you don't want to prepare, most of our clients encourage you, hey, come in like this.
Yeah, right.
Private. Yeah. Okay. So you can have your breakfast in the same way, you can have your lunch in the same way, if you like, actually a kind of food that you eat. But coming up with the concept of like this and the kind of things that I needed, it is not cheap. Remember, I'm competing with high-end hotel in Masai Mara. But I only personally have the first concept of brick and mortar, and where people can come and stay.
So, David, allow me to cut you short and ask this question. You ventured into the tourism sector at a time when the whole world was fighting a very serious pandemic. We had lockdowns. And I must say, the tourism industry was the one industry that was most affected. So, where did you get the confidence to actually kick off? And not only were you doing tourism, but you also did real estate, which was also suffering. So kindly expound for us how this went down.
Yeah. So during the COVID, everybody's giving up, and I was like, even my business was affected. Even after COVID, I couldn't even recover back even my shops. Then I was like, what kind of industry can I get myself into, and do I have the skill? And depending with my social capital. Remember, my friends are in tourism. So I hang out with them every time I go because they need my photography. So I had an idea how tourism, what it needs. It needs stories, and it needs something different and an experience. You don't just go somewhere anymore, just go because it's a nice hotel, you just go and sleep. No, you're looking for more experience you can have there. So, and these are the things I started consulting people. How can you improve your property in giving more experience to your guests? Then I decided, why don't I just also pitch and look for somewhere I can also start? And that's why this idea of Alakira Mara Homes came in.
So how long did the construction take?
What I did, already the houses were there, they were supposed to be for rental. Because you see, there's also people who lives in Masai Mara, they need some good houses for rental. And I came up with a better concept. Instead of renting the houses for the tenant, why don't you just make them holiday homes? Okay. And that's the idea of having a holiday home, furnish them. You know, there's nothing like his furnished homes here in Masai Mara. This is the first one. So, and I remember even when I travel, go to the workshop in other countries, most of the time I just go to Airbnb. yeah, so that I can look for somewhere that is convenient for me, somewhere I can have my freedom. And that's why I came up with the same concept here. And again, just as a creative, go to Pinterest, look for the way people do designs for hotels. And having worked for other hotels, I've already had an idea what people are looking for.
So give or take, it took how long to actually have them running?
So we started the project, that is last year, that is in, we started doing the fixation from April. Okay. So what was remaining is more of an interior. So I had to learn how to do the gymnasium. Nimekuwa praba, nimekuwa fundi wa mbao, nimekuwa kila kitu. Yes, yes. So I had to come up with the way that I had to build the concept, and it took like, it took almost a year, because this is the time you're starting now, getting guests now.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is, you're now going to properly experience the fruits of your labor.
Yes, and the good thing about it, I combined photography, real estate, and hospitality.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So how many people do you have under your umbrella at Olakira Mara Homes?
Personally, I'm a creative entrepreneur. Okay. And I have done business where you have brought people to your business and they can actually cross that business. And you can bring people who can actually drive your business to the next level. And you can imagine nowadays we are working with young people. Yeah, their consistency, and again, I'm an absentee boss myself. I like building concept systems, and I decided the best way actually to run such a property is partnership. If I have someone who runs the marketing, let me partner with their companies. In case I need someone who can actually do food, let me look for a chef who is registered and he's good at what he does. So if you don't have a company, you can't work here. So you have a company, and I consult this company how best they can actually position themselves out there, and also best how they can work for me.
So it's all about the deliverables.
Exactly. So because this story of employing people, sometimes it doesn't work up. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that the structure of your...
That is for our residents, but in case you have the non-residents, they're going for 250. You get bed and breakfast, B&B, bed and breakfast. Oh, you want other meal, you want lunch and dinner, then you can actually order, you can actually make the booking as a full board, okay. Just the way we do in hotels. And again, you can decide to cook for yourself. You can decide to get a chef. You can even come with your own chef. I usually see most of especially my Indian friends, they usually come with their chef and they make their own food.
And just to be clear, the services that you offer, apart from the Airbnb and the chef at extra costs, yes. What else can someone get?
Hey, let me tell you, I think with the experience I've had in the tourism industry and in the hotels, I came up with something different. The experience when you're staying here, yeah. And again, especially the experience of the food. You're eating good food and you're full. If kama ujashiba, rudi kitchen. Then we have the board games, because I realize when people travel, they need to bond with their family, the kids. So I have the board games here. People play those games, and I find it, people bond with their kids, and they are so easy, like the Jenga, those are the things that are common sense. They don't rocket science, the cards, the chess. And I have some guys who train people, especially my staff, they usually train you how to actually, you might come here and you don't know how to play chess. By the end of the day, actually, you know how to play chess. So we have those games, and also the bonfire at night. We usually have a bonfire every evening for our guests. Then remember, Oracle means the stars. So we usually have dinner under the stars. Imagine having dinner in an open space like this, and the stars. The beauty of Mara is on the ground and is also up there in the heaven. So the dinner under the stars. And again, then I realized watu wetu wamependa sherehe sana. But again, me as a conservationist, there's no way I could around noise pollution here. Because I give you a lot of privacy and I give you a lot of experience. I introduced the silent disco. It's the first one in Mara. The silent disco, where each and every person have his own headphones. You play your channel, ya Mogidi, a piano, or whatever. You can play your own channel depending how the kind of group you have. We usually have 3 channels. And this is an experience people are loving, because usually, when I have a conversation with you, I can have a conversation with you. I won't get back to the music. I put on the music.
Easy peasy.
Yes.
All right. Well, we need to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll be listening to David's goals now that he's here and he's kicked off his Airbnb business in the Mara. And that's just after this very short break.
If you want to be free and live like a child again, why stress about germs? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Nunua KPLC tokens, Bela charges. Only on Airtel Money. Dial *334#. Select Lipana Airtel Pay Bill, then select KPLC.
What should I do with my Luigi? He's 35 now, but doesn't want to move out. I cook for him. I wash for him.
Allora, why don't you try a Red Bull?
Ornella, where is my mama?
Ah, she's flown the nest.
With Glovo, you have the city in your hands. Unatamani chakula different? Order Glovo ujaribu restaurant mpya. Diapers zimeisha? Order Glovo and save the day. Download the app and order anything you want.
If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs?
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Centum Real Estate offers you an opportunity to own a home at the Two Rivers Development, Mzizi Court Residence. Talk to us today on 0703 262626 or text 2 Rivers to 22365.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Thamani. I am with David Masharia. I've been with him for the past 2 episodes, and we're still discussing his journey from being a CEO and founder of Versatile Photography, now owner and manager and director of Olakira Homes, right here. Olakira Mara Homes, sorry about that, right here in the Mara. And the sun is scorching, by the way. Yeah. The sun is scorching. Anyway, David, let's get into Marta's accounts, getting into your books, because from what you told me is the governance structure that you work with for your company. It's you're the director, and then all other services you partner with other companies. So what about your books? How do you do your bookkeeping? Do you do it yourself as an editor, as an auditor, or do you have an internal auditor? Okay, clearly not, but how do you do it? Do you outsource the services?
Actually, the same thing, partnership. I outsource the services. Someone who have a company that's have the accounting. So these are the people who comes and do our accounting for us. So because most of the time, okay, it's very hard to find people who are paying us cash. So it's usually everything, you know, you just give the people the bank account, they do the wire transfer and all that. So those are the kind of books we have been keeping right now. And since we just started, we don't even know, we have not even broken even. So what we are trying to do is to keep our books there, because we have an opportunity, because the vision of Orakira is quite big, because you can imagine one day we want to see it as like an Airbnb, an app, you know, where people can actually order our services.
Let me just stop you there before we even get there, because that is our parting shot.
Yes.
The future of Olakira Mara Homes. In where we are, and being in the middle of the Mara.
Yes.
What can you say? What type of advantage or what type of benefits does the community around you have by having you stationed here?
Yes.
Are you involved in any corporate social responsibilities?
Actually, what we have done here, especially with my skills as a photographer and as a person who trains about entrepreneurship, one of the things we are giving back to the community around here, we are teaching them photography.
All right.
You can imagine, you are a guide, you have this savanna grassland here, and opportunities are there. The same opportunity that you see foreigners coming here is the same opportunities also we have. Remember, we are in global market now. We don't have to say that because you belong to Kenya, you can't do business in America. We have social media, we have those platforms. Me, the images I sell, most of the images I sell them outside the country, I sell them through those platforms. If I take a picture here, I can make it. And I usually encourage the local community. Like, most of them even have cameras. I was so surprised. Oh, you know, I had this guest, he left me this big camera. I'm like, and what are you doing about it? So I came up with a program where I'd offer my mentorship. Especially, we have already endorsed one of the villages here, where we actually trying to train the locals how to do photography. And again, photography is not all about wildlife. There are events here. There are people who get married here. So these are potential we have as versatile photographers. So as long as you are based here, this is what you are giving back. And also our guest. When our guest comes here, apart from just going to see the wildlife, we also take them to go for the village to see the Maasai culture. This is what we introduce them to what we call the tourism, culture tourism, where they can actually understand how the Maasai lives in Manyata, how they used to live, because they still have that authentic, the way they used to do things even before. And it's not for free. So we encourage our people, when you go there, these are the money these people, they used to pay the school, buying the food, because there's no farming that's done here. So we encourage them, whatever the support you can actually give them, they always go ahead and give them. And again, we don't have any interest to take any of those kind of income, actually that revenue. So we usually encourage our guests to go and actually support the community.
Okay, all right. And David, as a business owner, as an MSME, what would you say were the challenges you faced? Yeah, it doesn't need to be because you're in photography or because you're in real estate or because you're in tourism. Just basically, as an MSME, when you sit down and you look at the challenge that you face and you say, I wish the government would fix this and fix that. What would you mention? What would you touch on this aspect?
Challenges in business is always there. And one of the biggest challenges, first of all, is to get the people actually to execute my ideas. The teamwork, and again also marketing challenges. As much as I'm a marketer, marketing is expensive. I even joined TikTok, where I have to learn how to tell the stories where the people are, and again the social media. And another challenge that actually definitely we have sometimes is, I think, the Masai Mara on its own is a global destination, and I think we don't talk so much about it as ourselves. Other people are the one who talks about Masai Mara.
So visibility is what you feel like it lacks.
Actually, I sell Masai Mara like I own it, because I look at the beauty of this experience. Everybody should have that. So among the challenges I think we have, I think that's where the government should come through, is to put Masai Mara in a global map where people need to know this is one of the greatest destinations that we have. And when they come here, trust me, tourism is transforming lives. Even if we have a hashtag called tourism transforming lives, because when a guest comes here, when the money he pays here, it's distributed everywhere. You get? So, and I think that's some of the challenges I've seen. I think we need to work more a lot, especially in marketing. Then again, also pitching the investors. You can imagine, it's a million business, and I'm like, I didn't have this money. So for me to convince people to come through to invest with us, it was a challenge. Then I'm like, I'm gonna face it myself.
All right.
I work so hard in photography. Any inquiry I get, hey, a photo shoot, when can I come? So, so I had to raise the capital.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest challenges. Also was coming up with a budget to finish this property. Okay. That's why it have taken a whole year plus.
All right.
To finish it.
Maybe you can also shed some light on the ease of you getting the permits and the license to actually kickstart your
that's only I visited the government offices. There are those licenses that they had told you, okay, issues you just started, you have to wait for 1 year. We have tourism fund, definitely we have to make sure you pay the levy. So those are the kind of documentation we are getting. And again, with time we credited in everything. And because what we are trying to do is to build a new product in the hospitality industry, where we give people an experience. Like now, when you come here in Masai Mara, we are actually selling lunch to other hotels. You don't have to just eat here. Go and have an experience there. Because some of the hotels in Mali, they have good views. Hey! So long as you're staying with us, we create a package for the entire experience for you to have in Masai Mara. Right. And again, that's what we are trying to disrupt in the industry.
Okay. So David, finally, the question, the million-dollar question, Richard, as we wind up in this interview, where do you see your business and yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? What do you envision?
The vision is bigger than me. I usually teach my students, if the vision is big enough, go back and dream. Again, think of a bigger vision that is bigger than you by far. Definitely we have several projects we are planning to actually start here in Mara, including the art gallery. You can imagine the kind of images I've captured here since 2015. And the stories of have animals, like the way we have the Rorian Mara cottage, one of the leopard actually died. You know, there are so many animals I have pictures of, and they had amazing story. And with the local guides, they have really helped me to give me all these stories. So we are going to come up with an information center where we're going to have an art gallery. Like when you get into these cottages, you see photos of animals with the story. Then this is actually the pilot project.
Okay.
We are planning to go, you know, we are looking for people we can partner with. Because you can imagine how many people have homes they don't sleep in. Because you made a lot of money, you decide to go and build a nice home in Shags, and you don't even sleep, you only go there for maybe during Christmas. So we realize, if you go places like Meru, you have some nice homes there. People build some homes. Here in Karen, but they are not used, actually, they can actually be hospitable. And that's why Oracle is coming in. So long as we vet your home and we actually understand each other and you meet the standard, because you can imagine, you feel the kind of mattress actually invested here, the kind of bedsheet, the kind of the ambience. You have to meet the standard so that you can actually be vetted, actually to qualify to come to Oracle Homes profile. Those are the kind of partnership you're looking for, because we want to give people an exclusive experience when they travel.
So you want Olakira Homes to cut across the whole country?
Not the country. Hey, you don't do local nowadays. You go global.
All right.
Yeah.
Vision is not big enough.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Vision is not big enough. I'm really sorry about that.
So, because we believe there is an opportunity, because people are, every time you want to go to a holiday, which hotel should I go to? Now, there's something more nowadays. You can actually get a home that is away from home and have the best experience, exclusive for you and your family and your friends.
Okay.
You get? Then you'll still have the privacy. You know, we always get excited with social media before. Nowadays, we won't do this our privacy. So that's what we'll be offering.
Okay. Well, David, thank you so much for this interview, and thank you for inspiring many out there. It's been 2 whole episodes of David Macharia and his journey. I'd like for us to wind up, unless you have anything to add. What are your last words? What are your what is your parting shot?
My parting shot is what you should say. You see, when the ocean rises, or the boat rises, my fellow creatives, we know so many things that the corporate have no idea. How do we package ourselves to actually partner with the people, the brands that are doing well? And this is where I say, you have to be open to learn. Look at what AI have disrupted everything. You know, who are the people who are jumping? Creatives. How do you package your business so that you can actually partner with another existing brand so that we all grow? Because that's what Versatile have done. We invest in what we call the social capital. Who do you know? The people you network with. The people you sell your vision to. Me, I hang out with 2 operators. Now I'm actually the one selling them the homes to come and sell, because I needed to learn a lot of things in tourism. These are the kind of social networks I invested in. So let's be open to learn. And the technology is not giving us a break. And everybody needs money. So how do you invest in yourself and also invest in others? Because you have to invest in yourself and invest in your family and other people. Let's think how you can build brands that can not just grow in your country, but they can actually grow internationally. Like the way we have students coming from Ghana, Nigeria, you know, Tanzania. We have they are traveling all the way to come here to learn photography from Versatile. So how do we package ourselves to go do business in the global market? That's the question. Be open to learn and be aggressive and be hungry.
Well, there it is. I don't think I have anything else to add. This is a proper journey of David Macharia, and advice for creatives out there. He is a creative who's now into the real estate sector and is really conquering the tourism sector as well. That's it for Thamani. My name is Nina Shaban. Please do enjoy the rest of your viewing.